Hey, listen, I've got some bad news. They're adding a bunch of guys to the Wall of Fame. And it came down to you, Bob, and someone else.
Okay, bad news. Don't you do it. Don't you tell me that Bob made the Wall of Fame and I didn't. I will walk, Matthew. I will walk straight out of this closet and go lie down on my bed and have a big cry.
It's not that. It's not that. It's someone else.
Someone else? So who's better than me and Bob?
Well, I tried. I was lobbying for you, Ben, and I threw Bob in there occasionally, but I was really about you. It was all about you.
Well, thank you.
But you had some stiff competition, man.
Okay.
I mean, Buster.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, obviously Buster would make it ahead of everybody.
Yeah. Well, then Pablo.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I am panda shaped, but I'm no panda. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then Brandon Crawford.
Oh, yeah. I have no hair. He has fantastic hair. Obviously, he makes it ahead of me. That's fine.
Yep. I know you're on the right side of the Belt Wars, so Brandon Belt.
Yeah, I could see how that might upset a lot of people that don't, understand baseball, But I do understand baseball, so yes, I'm definitely pro Belt. So, yeah, I could see how the captain would make it ahead of me. Okay, so I guess there was room for 5. That seems like a lot already. But
there's 5.
Yeah, okay.
There's 5.
Okay. So, and obviously I'm ahead of Bob. So, who's this fool that beat me out?
Joe Panic.
Who's Joe Panic?
Double play in the World Series.
Oh, that guy. Wait, Joe. That guy? That guy? Like, the guy makes one lucky save with the glove. And then on one lucky play. And then Okay, look, the guy makes 2 lucky plays on a single hit ball in Game 7 of the World Series. And now everybody just thinks he should be on the wall ahead of me?
Yeah, he was an all-star, too. He was 5th in Rookie of the Year voting his rookie year. He had some reason to be on that Wall of Fame, more than you.
No, well, actually, as I was saying, honestly, that diving for the... Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Welcome to the wall, Joe.
Welcome to the wall, Joe. Hit it, Bob.
Welcome to Giant Cocktails, where the losses hurt, but the cocktails help. Here are your hosts, Ben and Matthew Henry.
Welcome to episode 351 of Giant Cocktails, the last episode of season 5, the last episode of spring training 2026. And yes, Bob, the losses do hurt, because what did Tony Vitello do to begin his Giants career? He lost to the Dodgers. What's the one rule, Matthew? What's the one rule?
Beat the Dodgers.
Beat the Dodgers! Okay, that's actually rule number 2. Rule number 1 is win the World Series. Okay. Can't do that every year, I get it. Although the Dodgers seem to have figured it out. So I'm just saying, like, rich man spend money, rich man win. But, some rich people aren't smart enough to figure that out, I guess. Anyway, Matthew, did you know that the big cat, Andres Galarraga, had a .351 on-base percentage during his 2 non-consecutive seasons as a San Francisco Giant? He spent 49 games with them in 2001 and 110 games in 2003. And man, he hit some big flies.
Yes, he did. I really liked the Big Cat era. It was fun.
I did too, man. Just having him and Ellis Burks, like just these right-handed bats that just could hit just these prodigious bombs. And by the way, the ball carries down the left field line if you pull it. Yeah. Like, righties can hit there. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
I forget though that he played 2 non-consecutive seasons though. That I actually had to go back and double check that. That's kind of weird. And my mind doesn't remember that.
Yeah, I remember one. He was a mid-season acquisition. I don't remember what the deals were with. Were they both? I don't know. I don't remember. But I wasn't prepared to do a deep Andres Galarraga deep dive. Is that what we're going to do? Is that what we're going to talk about today in the last episode of season 5?
Yes.
Getting ready for
we
season.
Are.
That's it. We're just talking about Andres Galarraga.
Yeah. Well, okay. So he was signed as a free agent. His second stint, he signed as a free agent in 2003, played the whole season with the Giants. His first stint, though, he was traded by the Texas Rangers for Todd Ozias, Chris Magruder, and Erasmo Ramirez.
I think the Giants won that trade.
I think so.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That jives. And then he was hurt a lot. Is that when he got cancer, right? Back cancer, if I remember.
I don't remember, but now that you say that sounds true and sad.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was sad. I think it worked out. I think it was like, as good as that story can work out, it worked out.
Okay,
but
so he didn't die?
But no.
Okay.
No, what are you talking about, dude?
I just you mentioned the C word. I thought, no, he's still alive, folks. He's still alive.
I was going to say, what are you talking about? He has not passed. He's still with us.
Maybe he could play first base.
Yeah, yes, he could. And I thought it was interesting because he got back cancer, not a thing that you hear a lot. I think that's what it was. Anyway, Bob, maybe we should move on.
Enough with the banter. Let's talk cocktails.
Yeah, enough with the banter, the cancer banter.
What are you drinking, Ben?
Bob, how did I get here?
I don't know, but I'm really digging the drink. It looks like a daiquiri or something in there.
What path did I take in my life? Oh, yes, Bob. Well, thank you for asking, kind sir. Today I am drinking a cocktail known as the French Gimlet. And I'm not going to lie, I was looking up at French 75 inspired cocktails, and this one appeared as I was typing that in, and I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. I'm going to try that. And no, it does not have bubbles. You'll have to find out what it does have at the end of the show.
What are you drinking, Matthew?
Bob, I'm drinking an original cocktail that I'm calling Timber Cove. Tell you all about Timber Cove at the end of the episode.
It sounds like a place like on the Oregon coastline. In some
California
sort of
coastline. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I mean, yes, we have trees too.
We do.
California, the coastal redwood, as they call it.
Yes.
Yeah. I was also going to say something about it being, like a cool kid's not spy novel, mystery novel. Anyway, today is Sunday, March 22nd, as we record this podcast. I had to look up what day of the week it was because, Matthew, from here on out, we're not going to just be able to say the same day of the week and have it be correct. And this is something you need to pay special attention to because you mess that up all the time.
This is true. Yeah. This is why we actually write it in our show notes, because I can never remember what day of the week it is. And starting on Wednesday, opening day, we will be recording twice a week now.
That's right. We will be recording twice a week starting on Wednesday. The episodes will go out the next day as usual. I will point this out, though, Matthew. You will always be the host on the Sunday evening podcasts, and I will always be the host on the Wednesday evening podcast. So we should be able to just say the same thing every time and have it be correct. But that was also true last year, and you messed it up numerous times.
I didn't ever catch the pattern there, I guess.
The pattern that was a complicated pattern. Yeah. Yeah, it's complicated.
Math is hard, man. I'm not good at that. That's spatial stuff. Just
spatial stuff. Yeah, this is abstract spatial too. Time, this time is a soup. Anyway, what do we talk? The record. What did the Giants do? We don't care. All we know is that they lost the Cactus League title. They did not retain their championship. Worst of all, they lost it to the Dodgers.
In true spring training fashion by half a game.
By half a game. That's right. Because who needs to play the same number of games in spring training? And even though today's game on Sunday, as we record this podcast, didn't count, let's say that it does. And the ones that knocked them out of it were the one and only Sacramento River Cats, wherein they lost 2-1 behind their leader on offense, the prodigious home run hitting one and only Eldritch Knight Bryce Eldridge, dominating the Giants today, making them regret their decision to not include him on the opening day roster, and taking away their title for the Cactus League, even though that's not really true. That's what I'm going with. So suck it, Giants.
Well, the fact that Eldridge didn't make the team was the big question pretty much the entire offseason.
Yeah, but the way you told it was there was never a question. He was never going to make it. That's what you made it sound like last week.
And I rest my case. He's never going to make it.
The fix was in. Like, I don't know what you guys had on Kalshi, but you should never have bet.
It just needed more seasoning, Ben. A little more MSG.
I don't believe that at all. We're going to get into this later. But, like, I feel like they didn't need him. That's why they didn't put him on the roster, because they didn't think they needed him. And so they didn't.
That and his 50% strikeout rate.
Whatever. He got on base 40% of the time. It's like, who cares? Who cares how you make your outs when you make your outs? Anyway, what are we talking about today? Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Today is not the Andres Galarraga episode. Today is the prediction episode. Even though it's the last episode of Season 5, it's going to be all about predictions for the 2026 season and Season 6 of Giant Cocktails. We are going to predict what the Giants will do. And then we will have comedic fodder to reference back to throughout the rest of the season as the Giants wildly miss all of our predictions.
Not even close, just wildly.
Yeah, no, they're going to be we're going to be so wrong. But folks, we're going to declare them today like we are so right. So, be prepared to refer back to these, to laugh at us in the future. And maybe make your predictions along with us. Or don't, because boy, that's very a humbling thing. Don't do it. Don't predict, because then you won't feel bad about it later. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to predict all of the things that are going to happen in the 2026 season, or at least all of the things that we care about. And then, yeah. But before we do that, it's time to discuss some tidbits. And Matthew, we only have one tidbit on the list, and I feel like it's been a tidbit for the last 3 weeks, and now we can finally, unfortunately, put it to bed.
Caca.
Caca. Hayden Birdsong elected to have Tommy John surgery, which means he will be out for 12 to 18 months. If everything goes well, you could hopefully see him back, making his first start of the spring around this time next year. As so obviously would not be back for the 2027 season. On the other hand, he may not be the only one who's not back for the 2027 season.
We will be talking about him being much needed depth for the second half of the 2027 season.
Which might be the only half. of the 2027
Maybe
season.
he will be on opening day of 2027.
That's true. We don't know that. That's true. Hayden Birdsong, opening day starter for 2027.
July of 2027.
Yeah, July. Why? What happened to Logan Webb? Let's not talk about it. All right. Yeah. Okay. So there it is. That's your tidbit. And now it is time for the 2026 predictions. Matthew, I feel like we need special music, like.
I don't have it.
You don't like.
Do I? Let me. How about? Oh no! I got.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that'll do. I think I preferred the cheering crowd, but that was rather underwhelming. But yeah, anyway, all right. So last week, Matthew, we made our predictions for the opening day roster. But boy, we've already had a lot of things happen. And so now we're going to have one last chance to make our predictions. So we learned a few things from this weekend's lineups. Who was on the starting lineups? I don't pay attention to this stuff anymore. I'm too busy playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, just on Saturday against the Guardians, the Giants rolled out a lineup that looks suspiciously like it could be a regular everyday lineup. They had Jung Hoo Lee in right, Chapman at third, Devers at DH, Ramos in left, Arise at second, Adames at short, Bailey behind the plate. And then they did have Oliva in center field because Harrison Bader is nursing a tight hamstring. And then they had Encarnacion at first. So I look at that and I'm like, that's a plausible regular lineup.
Well, it is plausible, except for a couple things, because one of the things the lineups are very, very telling. But what's also very telling? Transactions, right? As we've already spoken about in this episode, Bryce Eldridge was optioned down to AAA. So that tells you that he is not going to be on the opening day roster. Oliva and Barracoto also not going to be on the opening day roster. So even though Oliva was in center field, he's not going to be anywhere in San Francisco on opening day.
Correct.
But otherwise, yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on how serious this issue is with Bader. Hopefully not that serious, but it's serious enough that they had him sitting out. So it's not great. But let's assume that he's making the roster, because otherwise, yeah, he's your opening day center fielder. And then I think Devers is probably not going to be DH on opening day.
Well, no, I imagine he would be playing first base.
Right. The real question is, who is making the roster and who isn't?
Well, before we get into that, a good illustration of how quickly things change from season to season, or even within a season. I wanted to go back and look at the final cuts of 2025, Ben. Okay, so I went back and looked a year ago, right before the regular season started, and who were the final cuts. And I'm going to read you off, 7 names, I think. So it's Tristan Beck, Wade Meckler, Keaton Wynn, Sean Jelly, Brett Wisely, Grant McCrae, and David VR.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the Farhan era.
Yeah. I mean, Wisely, Meckler, VR. I mean, those are guys that didn't even last the season. But it's just surprising, how quickly things change. And you see these names and you're like, wow, we spent a lot of time talking about these guys last year. We're so into who's going to make these final spots. And they're guys that we'll never hear from again, So It's just, I think maybe we make a lot to do out of these things, but ultimately it's that core lineup that we just mentioned that's going to make or break the Giants.
Okay, well, let's talk about that core group, though, the position players. There really aren't that many spots left, right? Who is it really coming down? It feels like the infield is set, right? We know it's going to be Schmidt. It sounds like Christian Koss is definitely on the team. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I would think so. He's still on it right now. This is who they had last year. Schmidt and Koss were their backups and are again this year, and I don't see that changing. So I think it's safe to say that they've made the team, especially with Eldridge being sent down. It really kind of illuminated a lot of the ways the Giants could go, because they needed to find a spot for Eldridge if he wasn't sent down, and now they have a lot more flexibility.
Right, and it seems like remaining for the outfield then / DH positions are Matos, Encarnacion, Gilbert, Will Brennan, and
I think that's it. I mean,
I think that's it. Those are the 4 guys, and I think they're battling therefore for 2 spots. Those 4.
That's if you assume that we have 13 position players to start the season.
Well, yes, and that is what I was assuming, but I'm guessing by the fact that you're saying it like that is that maybe I should not be making an ass out of you.
Well, I do just fine making an ass out of me, but
I was going to say, yeah, but it's fun to do it.
Traditionally, yes, the Giants would, and most teams carry 13 position players and 13 pitchers. But the Giants have 2 off days in the first 3 games, after the first 3 games. So there is a scenario where they keep a guy like Matos or Encarnacion or both to try and maybe sneak them past waivers after the season has started, and most teams have already set their rosters. Little gamesmanship, maybe you can get them snuck by. I don't know why teams wouldn't, if they really liked a guy, wouldn't just, jettison one of their scrubs for one of ours. But it is a tactic that you see used every now and then. And it has been talked about. So there could be, we think, 2 outfielders, but there could be up to 3 outfielders on opening day, 3 additional outfielders, I should say, going into opening day.
Right, and that's mainly the issue there, is the Giants would have to give up either Encarnacion or Matos, both of them, if they were to not include them on the 2026 roster. They'd have to DFA them and hope that they clear waivers. I think Will Brennan, they signed to a minor league contract. Sometimes guys have deals and opt-outs and all sorts of things, so I don't know what his situation would be.
Well, he does have 1 option left, so I'm assuming
so it doesn't matter.
That he could be sent down.
Right. Okay, so it's really about our Encarnacion and Matos, but let's say they did stay with 13. If you kept both of them, Matthew, then you don't have a lefty on the bench, so obviously you have to get rid of one of them and have that lefty on the bench.
Well, I thought so too. And I've been operating under that assumption. And then last year I was curious, who was on our bench last year? So I went and looked it up, and it was Schmidt and Koss on the infield. And then we had Wilmer Flores. Wilmer, I miss you, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Wilmer made it official today. He sent us a thank you on Instagram. All San Francisco fans, not just Matthew and I. Yeah. Not just Matthew, let's face it.
Well, it was to me.
Yeah, okay.
But I digress. It was Schmidt, Koss, Flores, and Matos were their bench last year. No lefty to be seen. So maybe we're making too much to do about this. Maybe the Giants don't care about having a lefty on the bench because they didn't have one to start the season last year.
I mean, that's the way the real world works, Matthew. We don't care about lefties.
Oh, it's a righty world, man.
That's right. That's why they die sooner.
Ow. Anyway.
Hey, should we bash on lefties the whole episode?
Sure. Why not? But I think now is the time we should make our first prediction, Ben.
All right, let's do it.
So what are you thinking? Who are our first bench players going to be?
If you'd asked me at the beginning of the spring, I would have said that I felt like Gilbert was almost certainly going to make the roster just because of his connection to Vitello, the energy that he brings to the team. He seems to be that kind of guy that Buster really likes. I don't think the Giants are going to go with 14. I think they're going to go with 13. I think they're going to keep both Matos and Encarnacion. No lefties. That's what I think.
Okay. I'm tempted to agree with you. But why would I want to do that when you're wrong all the time?
Well, you wouldn't. That's
exactly.
You wouldn't.
So I'm not going to agree with you.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say Will Drew. Drew Gilbert, Luis Matos, and Gerard Encarnacion make the opening day lineup.
Wow. Okay. So you're making the 15, and it's 15. Wait, did you say Brennan and Gilbert?
No, I couldn't decide between the two.
Okay.
But I'm making up my mind. Drew Gilbert, Luis Matos, and Gerard Encarnacion.
And they carry 14
to start the season. Yes.
Got it. Only 12 pitchers.
And then by the time we record a week from tonight, Matos will have been DFA'd.
He will have been DFA'd or something will have happened to him. Got it. Okay. Yeah. I think that makes sense because it actually makes it much easier to fill out the bullpen, which is a dumpster fire no matter who they put in there. So yeah, I think that actually makes a lot of sense. You make that fire a little bit smaller by putting one less dude into it. It's like putting one less log onto the out of control dumpster fire.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, so do we want to talk about the bullpen? I'm sticking with Mike Jackson, dude. I'm locking that one in from last week. Like I feel like the more that I watch the bullpen, you know what? Hey, we just signed another guy, Ryan Golucky. Ryan
Borucki. Yeah, man, I looked him up. His transaction page is longer than the Iliad. Like I mean, there have been Greek tragedies that are shorter than that transaction list. I had to scroll. My scrolling finger was getting tired just scrolling through. He was on the IL, I want to say 14 times in his career.
Hold, please. You sent it to me in a text message. Let me pull it up now. It was quite the deep dive research that you did on Mr. Borucki. Here's what you wrote to me.
Okay.
He's been on the IL 14 times in 13 seasons, twice on the 60-day IL. He's been in pro ball since 2012. He spent parts of 10 seasons in the majors, but never appeared in more than 10 games in a season. He averages about 5 games per season. Next message. Last season, he appeared in 6 games for the White Sox. They were not good. 6 innings pitched with 8 Ks. Hey, that's not bad. No runs allowed. He was perfect last year. Didn't make the team this spring, so he elected free agency. I responded with the classic gif of the dog in the burning restaurant saying this is fine. Mm-hmm. Because it is fine. We got Joey Lucchesi and nobody else. It's fine. This is fine. This is fine. The bullpen is fine, Matthew. But I am going to say that Ryan Borucki is going to make it. He's going to make the roster. Because why would you sign this guy if he wasn't?
Okay. All right. So I will go first on the relievers. So I only have 7 to pick from because I have an extra position player.
Uh-huh.
So I am going with Ryan Walker as the closer. Going Spencer Bivens, JT Brubaker, Jose Butto,
mm-hmm.
Eric Miller.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 5. And I'm going Joey Lucchesi, lefty.
Yeah.
And then, so that is 6. And then I think I am going with Caleb Killian still. I think he's the dark horse, putting him in there. If they somehow only have 2 outfielders, then I would add Trevor McDonald to that list. But I think Trevor McDonald or Caleb Killian will be the odd man out for the first few games.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, it seems it's good. I'm just realizing that. Can I go also with the 14 position players, Matthew? Option? Can I do that?
I didn't add Barry Bonds. Okay.
Well, because I think logically speaking, like it makes sense if you don't have any good pitchers and you don't know who the best are, it's best to have as many as you can. Right? I feel like they might have to have 14 pitchers, right? Because that would be the best thing to do. Just carry 14 and then just hope that, you find.
Well, then you still got to choose the right one to pitch, though.
Well, yeah, I mean that's true, but that's a Tony Vitello problem. Like, that's the thing, Matthew. Like, as soon as the games start, it's all Vitello's fault. That's the genius of Buster Posey. That's why he hired this guy. So nobody realizes how bad the roster is that he built. Yeah. Like, this is a man who said you can never have enough pitching, and suddenly here it is. He doesn't have enough pitching. All right, but fine. Okay, I painted myself into a corner. I'm picking 8 dudes. Here are my 8 dudes. It's Bivens, it's Buteau, it's Lucchese, it's Miller, it's Walker, it's McDonald, even though he's trying to lose the job. He's going to win it because he's already won it because there ain't nobody else. Okay? So E-I-E-I-O all the way to
opening day.
Opening day. Yeah. Okay. And then, God, it's only 6. I need 2 more. Hurt. Okay, yeah, no, it's Studebaker and it's Mike Jackson. That's it. I'm going with Studebaker and I'm sorry, JT Brubaker. So that's it. I'm going with Studebaker and Mike Jackson. Those are my 7 and 8s. There's not enough dudes. There's
There's plenty of unchecked boxes right there, Ben. You could just choose one of them.
They're going to carry 3 lefties. They're going to go with Bo Rucky. Why sign him if you're not going to put him on the roster?
Because Bo Rucky's like, which team is like one like sore elbow away from needing a lefty? And he's like, the Giants. I'm signing with them.
Folks, he's that guy, and we just signed him 2 days before, 3
days before. He's been doing it for 13 seasons. He's elected free agency like 5 times in his career. Like, the guy he's left-handed, has left arm, will travel.
And he's probably made millions of dollars doing it, Matthew. More power to him. What I'm saying is he's a San Francisco Giant 3 days before opening day 2026. Folks, you better hope this offense is good because the pitching is gonna be bad. That's where we are right now. It's a dumpster fire. But you know what? All right, we should actually get to some real predictions. Let's do it. So here's how this is going to work. Well, first, we got to ask the most important questions. Okay, listen, and I know these are the questions you all really most care about. How many wins will the Giants have? And will they make the playoffs? Folks, those are coming at the end. And no, you can't skip ahead. Don't skip ahead. All right, you got to listen to all of the predictions. But yes, those are the important ones, but we got a lot of clever ones in here. So, starting with, I mean, boy, we better hope our starting pitchers are good. Between Trevor Molly, as Matthew calls him, and Hauser-D's wins. Wow, you know what? I really did not like these signings when they happened, Matthew. And now I'm like clinging to them. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Listen to Hauser-D's wins. We changed your name, and we didn't even make it. We just silently did it, dude. Like, please be good. Please be good.
He's so close to being Hauser-D's nuts again.
Okay.
That's it.
So please be good. Trevor Malley. Yeah, okay. Anyway, here we go, Matthew.
Okay.
Who will make the most starts for the Giants this year after Robbie Ray and Logan Webb? Will it be Landon Roop, Tyler Mahle, or Hauser-D's wins?
Okay. The most starts these guys made last year was 22. Roop made 22 starts. He was the most.
Yeah, but he was a little child back then. He's all grown up this year.
Mm-hmm. I'm going with my guy. I'm going Landon Roop.
We have to do that together this year because
there's no more caca.
No more caca. Camilo. Hayden. All right. Yeah. No. Yeah. I have to. No offense to Gentleman Mahle and Hauser-D's wins. Your reputations precede you. I am afraid. And so I'm going to have to go with Landon Roop. And you know what? Oblique issues notwithstanding. Like, the fact of the matter is we need these guys to be healthy and start a lot, and their track records do not suggest that will happen. Matthew, you told me before this show started that the Giants started how many guys last year?
Well, they started 15 different pitchers last year, and you would think that some of those were openers. Only one. There was one. Gage made 2 opening starts, but there were 14 other pitchers made starts that were legit starts.
I would argue that 1 is some. So yes, some of those starts were openers. Thank you very much. Dude, this sucks. Okay, remember that vaunted depth that we had? All of those young starting pitchers just coming down the pipe?
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about that when Farhan was trying to save his job. That was one of the things that he was touting. I will remind everybody that was at the end of 2024, so like 14 months ago. Where has that depth gone now? Where are the Blacks and the
Harrisons?
The Harrisons and the, Ragsdales and the whoever. Where are all those guys now? The depth that the Giants have of starting pitchers that aren't on this roster, or aren't like on the projected starting 5. Seymour, McDonald, who's like, they're trying to make him a reliever. Tidwell, Wisenhunt. That's it. That's it. Like, I worry about the starting 5 for the Sacramento River Cats. The Giants' starting depth is non-existent, and we already know how I feel about the bullpen. It is a bad, bad situation.
All right, Ben, we're staking predictions here.
Okay,
how many pitchers will make starts this year then?
So many. And we've never heard of them before. There are people who have never been any level of Major League Baseball, and of Major League Baseball and its affiliates. They're going to make starts for the Giants this year. We're going to get guys out of the Mexican League. We're going to get guys out of the independent. Some Oakland ballers will start for the Giants this year. I'm going to say, you know what though? 12. I'm going with 12.
Okay.
Because we can't have an opener.
No. And 12, I feel like that's high just because we don't have 12 starting pitchers. Like but
I'm just saying it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
And I didn't check to see if 15 last year was like average or that was a normal number. It seems high. It seems really high. I'm going to go with 13.
Matthew, in 2014, Joe Panik played 74 games at the AAA level and then also played 73 games, not counting the postseason, for the San Francisco Giants. Wall of Famer, Joe Panik. How many games will Bryce Eldridge play for the San Francisco Giants? The over or under? We're doing an over or under. And we're using the Joe Panik number as the over under. Will he be over or under 74 games played?
I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to go back to my roots. Over 74.
I don't know if that's optimistic, man. Is that optimistic? Like, if everything goes fantastic for the Giants, he should do 0. Right? But you know what? I'm a ride or die with the Eldridge Knight, so I'm saying over. And I'm saying that because they're going to have to bring him up, because I am going to have a massive horde of people behind me at the gates with our pitchforks, because the bullpen is non-existent and the starting rotation is hurt, and it is late July. And the trade deadline just passed. Well, I guess it would be August 1st. It's the trade deadline has just passed, and the Giants didn't get enough. So they're going to have to bring up the Eldridge Knight then, and he's going to have to play every day. Otherwise, we're burning everything down.
Okay.
All right, Matthew. If you take out his rookie season and 2020, Rafael Devers has averaged 30.5 home runs per season. Do you take the over or under of 30 home runs? on Rafael Devers for this season?
He's never played a full season with McCovey Cove, with the Wall. Mm-hmm. I say over, and by a lot. I think he's going to hit close to 40 home runs this year.
Okay, I'm also over. I think he's going to hit 40 plus. I think where he hits the ball measures up against the park very, very well. I think if he doesn't think about it and just lets Rafael Devers be Rafael Devers, he's going to do just fine there. And then he's going to, of course, be awesome on the road. I think he's 40 plus. So, yes, over by a lot. Agreed. All right. Well, let's stay on that. Let's stay on that, Matthew, because if Rafael Devers is hitting 40 plus home runs last year for the first time since, I don't know, Barry Bonds was bouncing on Bobby Bonds' knee in the Giants clubhouse, the Giants had a 30 plus home run guy. And I know I'm glossing over Kevin Mitchell and Matt Williams and many other dudes, so that's not really true, but that's what it felt like. But Willy Adames had 30 home runs for the Giants last year. How many Giants will hit 30-plus home runs this year? This is a number guess. We're not doing over-under here. You have to get the number exactly right.
I'm going to say 2. I mean, show me, right? I mean, but it's Adames and Devers. Those are going to be the guys.
Okay, you know what? This is spring training. This is opening day. I have to be optimistic, and I also have to build a case for later in the show. I'm going to say 3. Also, I'm drunk. So I'm saying 3. 3 guys hit 30-plus home runs. All right. Okay. That being said, Matthew, we better have as many of these as we possibly can. Will the Giants have a Rookie of the Year candidate? The Giants did have one last year in that they did have a rookie on the roster who qualified for the award. That was Christian Koss.
Sadly, no Rookie of the Year votes.
But not surprising.
No.
Okay. We do have some guys, interesting guys who could qualify as rookies. And then, of course, there are the guys who aren't on the team yet. Barracoto, Tidwell,
Bryce Eldridge.
Eldridge, exactly. Right? Like if Eldridge ends up being one of those guys who hits 30-plus home runs and makes his 74-plus game starts, he's a good chance that he's going to be a Rookie of the Year guy. Will the Giants have anybody? That's the question. Yes or no?
I say yes. I say Eldridge comes up at some point and ends up getting Rookie of the Year votes. So a candidate. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Is that what we're saying? You have to get at least one Rookie of the Year vote? Or you just
votes.
Have votes? Oh, votes. Wow.
More than one. So you can't just have it can't just be Alex Pavlovich, voting for Bryce Eldridge. It's got to be more than one.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to say yes. Also, I'm going to add just an extra little bonus stipulation. It's not going to be only Eldridge. It's going to be a pitcher. A starting pitcher. Tidwell, Wisenhunt. I don't even know if he qualifies anymore. Somebody's going to come up and is going to be the savior. Wow, I am feeling good. I am feeling positive. This is good. Let's bottle this lightning. This is as positive as Ben gets, folks. We're riding the wave right now. Wow, I might predict 90 wins. Okay, we're going to see. We're going to see. All right, let's keep going. So there you go. The Giants will have a candidate, possibly 2, one of whom will be a pitcher. All right, Matthew.
Yes.
Will Luis Matos survive the year with the Giants?
No, he will not.
We're agreeing on everything here, dude. No. Let's go. Okay, next question.
I will elaborate on that. Next year at this time, we're going to be laughing about remember who Luis Matos was. He's going to be like Wade Meckler, Brett Wisely kind of guy.
Right. Okay, yeah.
We're going to be where is he now? That's what it's going to be.
Where's former player of the week, Luis Matos, now?
Yeah, it's a hard fall, man. It's a hard fall.
Yeah, it is a hard fall. It's an unforgiving sport. That is true. I agree, unfortunately. Okay, listen up, folks. If the Giants are going to have any chance this year, their offense has to be very, very good. Very good. The question is, will it be? Matthew, will the offense be in the top third, middle third, or bottom third of all 30 Major League Baseball teams? right, of weighted runs created plus. This is a stat that is even across ballparks and year. So we can do all 30 teams, and that's fine. So I'm asking, will the Giants be a top 10 team, a middle 10 team, or a bottom 10 team in weighted runs created plus?
Ben, if the Giants want to be any type of contender, it needs to be the top 10. And I say yes. Top 10 weighted runs created plus team.
I think the Giants will need to be top 7 in order to be a contending team. To be a good team, they will have to be top 4. I don't know if they're top 4, but they're definitely top 10. So I'm saying top 10 as well. They will finish in the top 10 as weighted runs created plus. And if they don't, this might be one of the shortest stints of a hobo we have ever seen for the San Francisco Giants. It will be a shocking turnaround for the fired Buster Posey.
Wow, you're going there. Dang.
I mean, you know what? Like, okay, look. We were
all like, Farhan needs 3 years, and now you're like, Buster only gets 2?
No, I'm just like, listen, golden child. Listen, the sun shines on your ass every single day, even though that lady from Hoosiers said it doesn't. Listen, dude, you knew you never have enough pitching, and look what happened.
Well, that's the next prediction.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Will the pitching be top third, middle third, or bottom third of ERA plus? And I'll even add the bonus of breaking it down by starters and bullpen.
Okay, this is tough. I'm going to say starters, middle third.
Okay, safe. Seems reasonable.
And bullpen, bottom third.
Oh, yeah. Okay, folks. Yeah, wow. I don't want to agree with Matthew, so I'm going to be positive here.
Oh, I thought you were going negative.
I'm really tempted to go negative on this one. Here's the problem. I'm trying to build a case, dude. I'm trying to build a case. Yeah, you know what? You're right. No, bottom third relievers, middle third starters. I'm sorry, folks. Hauser-D's wins and Trevor Malley, like, they're fine, but they get hurt. And because starters always get hurt, you know? And Landon Roop, he can't go as many as he can because, you know, these kids because he got babied by Farhan. Yeah, I'm going to blame Farhan for this one. So he won't be able to go. It'll just be Logan Webb and Robbie Ray, pitching a full season. The other guys won't be able to do enough starts, and the guys that fill in the extra spots won't be good enough. And so, therefore, middle third for the starting rotation, bottom third for the bullpen. Boy, we better hope that offense is good. All right. Matthew, I think it's important for us to have a prediction where we know the answer right away. Right? Just to help get us into the season. And this one is quite important. It's been, 25 years in the making? More? I don't know. That would be an appropriate number, right? Matthew, will the Barry Bonds left field curse be broken this year? We saw the 30 home run record get broken last year. This year, one condition must happen Wednesday night. One Heliot Ramos must start the game in left field. That is the very first pitch of the game because the Giants are the home team. If that first pitch is thrown and Heliot Ramos, well, I don't know. We need to discuss that. Will the curse be broken? Here's why I'm asking this question. Because a lot of people out there, Matthew, are penciling Ramos in as the DH. Can you imagine? Tony Vitello starts the 2026 season writing in Heliot Ramos as the DH and puts Jung-Hoo Lee in left field or whomever. Is that what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Are the Giants going to break the curse? Is Ramos going to start in left field opening night?
I'm going to say no. We have Max Fried. Max Fried is a left-hander.
Yes.
Starting. I say Luis Matos starts in left field.
That's so
beautiful.
And
Heliot Ramos is the DH. I say the curse of Barry lives.
God, I love you. You're the best older brother ever. Like, this is like, it's like everything is finally coming together. I fully agree. But here's the question I have, Matthew, because there's a lot of conditions here. When does this curse get broken? Okay, because I know there's an official lineup, right? When the lineup cards, is that when the lineup cards get exchanged? It's when they bring them to home plate? Is that when the lineup is locked in? Like, if at that point the Giants put somebody else in left field, is Ramos like the official starting left fielder if he never walks out there? What happens if they're like running out to the outfield and he slips on the stairs, bangs his knee, and like, I don't care, he has a contusion for 1 inning or 1 year, it doesn't really matter. He doesn't start the game. Like, what needs to happen here?
A pitch needs to be thrown for him to officially
needs to be thrown.
So he could like be out in left field warming up, and then all of a sudden feel a twinge in his shoulder as he's throwing soft tosses with Harrison Bader and takes himself out of the game. And then no, it's not official. He did not start in left field.
Okay, here's okay. The Tony Vitello tenure so far has actually been very, very quiet, right? Like there has not been much about, oh, Tony doesn't know what he's doing. Like he's out of his depth. Like none of that stuff has happened yet. I mean, get back to us, you know, if the record is like they're 10 games under 500. But right now, it's been really smooth. And the guy seems like a very smart and intelligent man. I'm sure he knows the deal. So I'm going to say that the curse is broken, even if Ramos does slip on the stairs. Vitello will get him a pat on the ass and say, 1 pitch, baby. 1 pitch. and Ramos will hobble out there with a compound fracture if he has to. Okay. The curse will be broken.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I just really hope that Tony Vitello has a sense of humor and doesn't start Heliot Ramos in left field.
Like, dude, that's a giant cocktail sense of humor. Like, I don't think most humans like that. Like, you know, we have good listenership. We don't have that good listenership.
I kind of feel like Vitello is like simpatico with us, man. I feel like there's some kinship there that could result in that.
He's got a little bit of that darkness in him. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. All right. Well, you know what? I'd be happy either way. Because honestly, I think this curse is stupid. I also not as stupid as the 30 home run one was, because the Giants led the league in home runs during that reign.
2021. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, who cares, right? It's not about how many people, like whether one person hits 30. It's about how well the team plays. It's not about who starts left field every year. It's about how well the team plays, and the team has won 3 World Series in that time. So like, I don't care about this curse at all, but the curse will be broken. All right. Okay, Matthew. Last year, the last year, Matthew. How many Giants do you think had double-digit stolen bases?
None.
Yeah, it felt like it, right? It felt like it. I think that was definitely true the year before that. No, you're actually wrong. There were 2 Giants that had double-digit stolen bases last year. Do you want to guess who they were?
Oh, well.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
I'm going to say Jung-Hoo Lee.
Yes. Barely. There
was someone with more?
There was somebody with more, yes. Somebody had more stolen bases than JHL.
The only one that I could even think of that could possibly be Willie Adames.
You are correct. He had a dozen. JHL had 10. That is 2 Giants with double-digit stolen bases.
Oh, man, we're like stolen base machine, man.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, guess who was third on the team last year?
I don't even know.
Speedster Matt Chapman had 9.
Well, he's just a savvy base runner.
He is, and that's all that it takes, right? Like, I mean, green light everybody, Tony. Except Ramos. Don't green light Ramos. And that's the thing about Ramos. Ramos overthinks everything, right? And so that's why, like, no. Just stay at the bag. Just stay at the bag, Elliot. Yes. Yeah, and you would think with all that coaching, they would actually use it. Okay, so here's the question, Matthew. How many Giants will have at least 10 stolen bases this year? Remember, Willie Adames, JHL, still on the team, still starters. I mean, we'll see. We'll see about that.
Well,
it's a little crowded in the outfield.
What? They keep saying they're gonna be aggressive. I'm gonna say 4. 4 players are gonna have at least 10.
They said they were going to be aggressive last year, and we saw what that looked like. I'm going to say 2. 2, same as last year. I don't know that it's going to be the same 2 dudes. It's going to be 2. It's going to be just as underwhelming as it was this year. And you know what? I don't care, because we're going to be hitting lots of doubles and home runs. All right. Now, before we get to the important numbers, Matthew, we haven't talked about this guy very much during the spring. We haven't talked about him much at all today. We have mentioned him a little bit just now. But the most shocking change that the Giants made this year was signing a guy who's never been in professional baseball in his entire life to run the day-to-day operations of the team. They made Tony Vitello the manager. That's like hiring you as the manager. Ridiculous.
Not so ridiculous. I'd be okay.
You'd be okay. Yeah. Hiring me would be ridiculous.
I've been a head coach of sports.
That's true. I have also been a head coach of sports, but I would definitely do things just for the lulz. Right? Yeah. I wouldn't care. I would not start Heliot Ramos in left field. I'd have JHL and him switch spots for one pitch and then have them swap just to troll the fans. That's the kind of thing I would do. So I would be a horrible manager. You would be all right, but it's not you. It's Tony Vitello. Here's the thing. That man needs to get thrown out in order to like really break the seal. My question is, how many times will he get thrown out? And bonus question, when will it happen? Okay, we can say months, weeks, whatever you want.
Okay. All right. I think he's going to get thrown out 3 or 4. I'm going to say 4 times.
4 times.
And I'm going to say his first time will be the opening series.
That would be amazing. Wow. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm going to say he's going to get thrown out in the first 2 weeks, but the umpires won't let it happen. They won't let it happen because they're going to be too nice to the guy. It's going to be one of those situations. He's going to get up there. He's going to be saying the nastiest things about their moms, and they're going to be like, yeah, that is my mom. They're going to be like, Tony, how did you know? And they're going to be like, all right, Tony, you know what? You're right. I'll try to be better. That's what they're not going to throw him out. It's going to be ridiculous. Like he's going to have to do one of the things, right? And maybe he will, but I think no. I think it's going to take him 10 games to get thrown out, and but not in the first 6. So it's going to be somewhere between 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's when he's going to get thrown out. But he's going to get thrown out 6 times. It's going to be one of those things. It's going to be crazy. He's going to get thrown out all the time. He's almost going to lead the league. There you go. All right. Okay, everything up until now, Matthew, who cares? Whatever. Doesn't matter. What matters is how good the San Francisco Giants are. And this is very important because there's a very good chance that this will be our last chance to see a full season of baseball until 2028. We hope. Even 2028 might be short. We don't know. The question is this, Matthew. How many games will the San Francisco Giants win? And before you answer, I want to remind you, you have 2 responsibilities right now. Number 1, make an accurate pick. Number 2, don't let your brother pull his regular shenanigans. All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
So my pick, I have always been very optimistic on the Giants starting the season. I don't think I've picked below 90 wins yet. I think it has been just like
really
like and I'm tempted to do that again. But our conversation today has kind of been a downer, man. And
have you realized how bad the pitching situation is?
I am starting to realize how bad like I wanted to have an extra offensive player just so I wouldn't have to pick 8 relievers. Like
that's right. Yeah, you did that. You knew underneath. Your subconscious knew. You just didn't want to admit it.
All right, so the Giants went 81-81 last year. I'm saying 85.
Wow.
And the sad part is that's not going to be enough to make the playoffs.
Oh, okay. So that's the next question. Will the Giants make the playoffs? And so you're already saying no.
I'm just saying no. I don't see it. I can't. If we had just gone out and gotten one more stud starter, I'd feel so much better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can't.
Yeah, and all the guys are gone. Right? All the guys are gone. Even Verlander and what's his name? Vitello's other old buddy.
Scherzer.
Scherzer. They're all gone. Everybody's gone. Wow. Okay. Well, okay, so 2 games under 500, which we know as homeostasis, would be 80 wins. And that would be a very safe pick for the San Francisco Giants because they often find themselves there. 81 wins is kind of describes the Giants every year for the past 4 seasons. The pitching is really bad, though. And it's not just bad. It's not so much that it's bad. It's that it lacks depth. So even if they get good guys, it's like as soon as one of those guys gets hurt, it's over. And 6 of those guys are going to get hurt, right? Some of them for extended periods of time. So that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. That's like 78 wins or worse bad. Okay. On the other hand, I really think this offense is quite good. And it's not just home run good, it's doubles good. And in our ballpark, that's really important. And honestly, it feels like this offense has a lot of depth. Like, I don't think they left Eldridge off of the roster because he needs seasoning. Like, the kid can hit the ball, and if they needed him, he'd be there. I think they left him off the roster because they feel like they don't need him. And it's better for them to hang on to other guys who they would lose outright if they put him on the roster. And that's why he's not in San Francisco. So I do think this team is going to score a lot of runs. It's going to be unlike any Giants team we've seen in a long time. Lots of runs every game. But then they play at Oracle Park, which is a pitcher-friendly park. This is a conundrum, Matthew. I really feel like the Giants could win anywhere between 78 and 88 games. Now,
88 games. I'm typing it in.
Sure. Okay, but I have it on. I said 78.
I heard 88.
Yes, also.
I'd also like to amend my prediction on the playoffs.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, do it. Okay.
They're making the playoffs, baby.
Oh, God. Wow. Okay, well, thank God, because that means I don't have to predict it. Wow. Okay. Listen, you failed on so many points, Matthew. You're just not doing it right now. I just predicted the Giants are going to win 78 to 88 games, and you didn't call me on it at all. Okay?
Because I locked you in at 88. Like, I'm not letting you get away with 78. You're 88 wins. I typed it in.
No, it's not going to be. It's going to be 84. And no, they're not making the playoffs. But boy, they're going to score a lot of runs. And if they can trade some of these guys, like, you know what? I don't know who that kid is that's flying up the ratings. The number 2 guy. Their number 2 guy after Eldridge.
Joswar?
Yes, Joswar. Yes. Like, just do not let anybody see that guy play baseball. Like, hide him as much as you can, but keep his stock high. And then trade for pitching. Trade for pitching. Trade all of your prospects for pitching, because this offense is going to be good, but you're going to have to hold off for a couple of months. So we got to hope that this bullpen and rotation holds itself together in the first 2 to 3 months. And then it's trade prospects for pitching. And, hey, maybe try to pull off the pitching equivalent of the Devers trade, either in quantity or quality, meaning mainly do it early, right? I don't know if you're going to find a team as dumb and desperate as the Red Sox, but, like, if you can, exploit it. And then maybe you can get 85 wins, and maybe you make the playoffs, and then you have a chip in a chair. But I'm locking it in, 84 wins.
84. Okay.
All off of the offense and Oracle Park.
All right. Do they make the playoffs?
Yeah, and folks, I'm drunk, and it's opening day, and I'm optimistic. It could be way worse than that. This is going to be a pitching staff like we have never seen before, and I don't mean that in a good way.
All right. Do they make the playoffs?
No. They missed the playoffs.
No!
They missed the playoffs by 1 game. They play meaningful games, but they missed the playoffs.
Bob, what does Bob think?
Oh, Bob.
Third wild card, here we come. Maybe. Probably not.
No, Bob, you're a Ben at heart. God bless you. God bless you. All right.
All right. Third wild card, here we come. That's what I heard.
Yeah. All right. It's a prediction episode. It's a little bit of a long one, folks, but you know, hopefully you enjoyed it, and we will see you all after opening night against Camilo Doval's New York Yankees. Go Giants. Hopefully we don't see Camilo at all, because the Giants are drubbing them 10-1.
Isn't it time for the booze, boys?
Oh, yes, Bob, it is time for the booze. Hit me.
What are you drinking, Ben?
Well, Bob, thank you for asking. Bob, I have been researching French 75 themed cocktails because they have bubbles, and it's also almost opening day. So I've been researching opening day cocktails. And I found one called the French Gimlet, which does not have bubbles, but it is a slight modification of the classic Gimlet. And that is what I'm drinking tonight. What is in a French Gimlet? Well, it has 2 ounces of gin. I am using London Dry. You can use whatever, because it also has 3/4 of an ounce of Elderflower Liqueur, which kind of, like, you know, mutes everything a little bit. So use whatever gin you want. It also has 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, because it is a gimlet. You take those 3 ingredients, you put them into a shaker with ice, you shake them until they're well chilled, and then you strain that into a coupe glass, and you garnish it with a lime wheel. You could also use a cucumber spear, which is often used in gimlets. I prefer the lime wheel. But, you know, either way, you do you. And this cocktail, well, yeah. Sorry. That's what I'm drinking, Bob. The French Gimlet.
That's a tasty cocktail.
That's actually pretty good. You know, I mean, if you're not into the Elderflower Liqueur, you're not going to like this. I didn't like it as much as I might like it, because it wasn't sweet enough, because the liqueur is replacing the simple syrup. and I like sugar. And the liqueur is not as sweet as the simple syrup. But nonetheless, this was still very good. Assuming you like the flavor profile. You'll know if you don't. If you don't make this.
That's a tasty cocktail. What are you drinking, Matthew?
Bob, I'm drinking a cocktail that I made this weekend called Timber Cove, because my partner and I were staying in Timber Cove. What's in a Timber Cove? It's got 2 ounces of gin. In this case, I'm using Venus gin from Santa Cruz. Very nice floral gin. It's got a 1/2 ounce of Green Chartreuse, a 1/2 ounce of Orgeat syrup, 3/4 ounces of lime juice, and 2 dashes of orange bitters. Put all those together into a cocktail shaker with ice and shake it until well chilled. And then you're going to strain it into a chilled coupe glass. And bam, you've got a really nice cocktail, kind of in the Ben, like gimlet, French gimlet kind of. It's got gin and lime juice and sweetener. So yeah, it's very similar, but also very different. That's what I'm drinking, Bob. The Timber Cove.
That's a tasty cocktail.
Very, very tasty. And that's a wrap, folks. Thank you for joining us for our final episode of Season 5. We'll be kicking off Season 6 on Wednesday after our opening night game against the hated New York Yankees. If you can't wait that long to get your fix, then feel free to reach out to us on the socials, where you can find us on the usual places. Don't forget, you can also subscribe and leave comments on Spotify and YouTube. So go over there and do that as well. But most importantly, right now, go and leave us a 5-star positive review on either Apple Podcast or Spotify. It really does help the show. Now that there are all these other, giant podcasts that are done by past giant players and journalists and stuff, man, come on, keep us up there, guys. Go over there and give us a good review. Until then, Ben, it was great talking Giants with you. I'll see you on Wednesday night after our opening game where Logan Webb kicks the Yankees' butt. Until next time, cheers, my friend.
Cheers, Matthew. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. Giants are going to make the playoffs this year.
Thank you for listening to the Giant Cocktails Podcast. Until next time, bottoms up.
No, they're not.
They are. They're going to make the playoffs because the Giants are led by one Buster Posey, and it's going to be a great year.
That's just you just dropped Buster Posey's name. That's your logic.
It's also the Timber Cove topic.
Okay, yeah, there it is. All right. Also, the hated New York Yankees, Jazz, Camilo.
I hate them.
Okay, no, they get one more player that I like, and they're my second favorite team. I'm sorry. I know it's the Yankees, but just Camilo, Jazz, one more dude, and they're pretty awesome. I'm just saying.
Arson Judge, man, that's all I got to tell you.
Yeah, Arson Judge is not a Yankee, Matthew. He is a San Francisco Giant. Once and forever and always. Now, the Yankees do have this guy named Aaron Judge, whatever. Arson Judge is a Giant. I'm sorry to tell you.
Forever and always.
As much as you don't like that guy, he's a giant.
2035 Wall of Fame inductee, Arson Judge.
God, that'll never not be funny. That'll be funny to me 20 years from now. Be like, hey, remember Arson Judge? And I'll be like, yes, I do. Yes, I do remember Arson Judge.